Ready to invite our Election Commissioner Chair, Dr. Shyam Karki.
Good evening, everyone. I think this is the third time I chair the Election Commission for ANS. Different time, different circumstances. The first one was very easy one. It was a contested election. Someone won. The second time, it was hotly contested. Almost two groups of 50 people ready to fight each other. So I had to call the leaders of two groups and to tell them, look, it has to stop. So finally decided that they should share chairmanship 1 year each, and that's how we established peace last time. This time was a very fun one, pleasant one, because the slate was unopposed. Then I had two attorneys in the group also who helped me, but I have warned Prabha that if he get me a chair, I'm a different one. I go by the book. Are you sure you want me? She said yes. So I went by the book. Then I said, your bylaws doesn't let me do what you want me to do. Because the bylaws said once the election, everyone is nominated, and the last year, I have to announce again saying if there are any more nomination. If someone says, then immediately I have to start vote and everything. I said, election don't run like that. Either you got to change the bylaws or you got to find other chair. Because I cannot do like that. But that's not democratic, and that's not very good, efficient way of electing people also. And they listen to me, they are very reasonable people. So I knew that one. And they listened to me and they changed the bylaws. And based on the bylaws, we canvassed, and the slate was there, and slate was unanimously recommended by the executive committee, and there was no one else. So based on the bylaws and based on the recommendation of the executive committee as provided bylaws, we declared that unopposed slate elected. So hereby, and in behalf of my election committee, I have the privilege of announcing that Sujit Ariyal, the new incoming chair. Congratulations. And based on this one, I think he can invite others member of his group. In the meantime, I want to say a few words here. When Prabha started running for the chair, she called me saying, Uncle, I want to run for this one. Can you endorse me? I said yes, because I knew her. I had known her since almost 40 years? Maybe 40 years when she was still in school. I knew her. So I said, I have a strong belief in you. And so I endorsed her candidacy. Some people didn't like it, but I said, look, I'm someone who follows my heart. I'm known for that one. I'm a difficult person. I said, look, if I like it, I do it. Don't tell me what to do. This is the way I am. And if someone tells me now that you got to change, I tell them, look, I have lived 75 years and have survived, so I don't need to change. Very stubborn sometimes, so good too. And that time I had very high expectation of Prabha. And I'm very glad to say that Prabha not only has fulfilled my expectation, but she has over-exceeded them. One of the things she did, I think they showed you again all in the slides, but some of the things outstanding is Nepalese organizations now are going through a crisis. All of them have been politicized. Every organization has Nepali Congress Party member, this one. This is the one of the very few organizations which is not politicized. But that one, Prabha gets the credit, and all the membership of the organization get a lot of credit. And so I'm really proud of what you did, that you didn't let politicization come to the organization, and you kept this organization free of any Nepali domestic politics, and that's a great credit, and thank you very much, and I really congratulate you, and I'm very proud of you. Second thing I noticed that most of the organizations, it's the most adults fighting among themselves. This is one of the very few organizations where she has really nurtured the youth, encouraged them, and be very active. And for that one also, I'm very proud of you, Prabha, that I keep on telling, just like I nurtured you when you were small, you nurture all the young teenagers, because these are going to be leaders of the future. This is our future. So from that perspective, banking on them is safeguarding the future of our community, and by doing that one, Prabha, you did a great job. I'm very proud of you. Third thing I observed, most organizations I go to, I see only men. And it's even a lot of people I tell them, I see you here, but where is your wife? Why doesn't she come? So this is one of the very few organizations you'll see a lot of young ladies are involved. It's not only main organization, it's the women's real organization. And from that one, an organization where sexual bias is not there, where people come and can do things what they are capable of, that's something to be very proud of. I'm very proud of that for this organization, Prabha. I'm very proud of that for you. Now the challenge is, I keep on telling them that, look, the next one always, I keep on telling that next one has to do more. It's not like that one. It's just like climbing the hill. You know, the first one goes to climbing hill, goes to 1, 2, 3 steps. The next one doesn't start from bottom. You start from step number 3, so you have to go to 4, 5, 6. Then you hand it over to the other one, 7, 8, 9. So from that perspective, I tell them, when you get to the chair, you are not competing with anyone. You are just taking the legacy from that person and taking it a little bit higher and passing to the other one. So it's a continuous passage of, in Nepal we call it naso. It's like a naso from one to the other one. So it's, in that way, it's a constantly passing way and getting higher and higher. I hope this will go in that way, so that people sometimes say that, look, the last president did this one, so I must do something new, otherwise they will say you are not different, what do you do? That's not so. It's a question of taking where that person left and taking it higher. That's what your task is. Now the next challenge for Nepali community is, when we first came here, we were Nepalese. Now our identity had changed. Not many of us like to accept it. We are no longer Nepalese. We are Nepali Americans. And we have, it's a very sometimes painful. To go to Nepal, you got to have a passport. So from that perspective, I keep on telling my friend, look, if you want to do Nepali politics, go back to Nepal. You are here Nepali American. So if you want to survive here, be involved in the mainstream here. Be involved in the mainstream, encourage your children to get involved in the mainstream. That's what we do. Like I have been telling them that government has a lot of grants for people. And that grant money comes from our tax money. Somebody gets that. So if the Nepali community organization don't go and get for that, that means almost someone is taking money from your pocket and giving to other one. Because that's your tax money. If you are not taking it to use for your community, someone is taking it, then let that happen. Because in Baltimore, we have got more than $500,000 from the state and the federal grant. We are learning to do this one. So with this one, we have to start learning how to work with the government, how to work for the public good, and how to function in mainstream, because we've got to train our young people to do that one. If we don't do it, who is going to teach them? So from that perspective, we owe it to our children that we must show them what we expect of them. We expect them to be very good US citizens. It's almost like I keep on telling them that it's like our paying back to this country, which was very good and kind enough to accept us when we're looking for something in need, when we're desperate for some different reasons we came here. So this country was very, very nice, polite, and in a way it's a way about saying thank you and grateful that we've got to contribute ourselves. from that perspective, this is a country, multicultural country, we have a lot to contribute. Like, I serve in the government's commission in Maryland, and I serve as the county chair of the Baltimore API. I'm very active in that one. That's what I'm telling Prabha, that I want to provide. I keep on telling, next thing is Nepali organization. One they give the presidency, they still are there and they try to make the new president look down so that they have to always say, I was better than you. So I kept telling her, look Prabha, you are president, you are not president. Walk away. Only go to him, tell him that I'm here, if you give me a call, I'm here. But it's your presidency, I'm not the one. And I told her, go, and there are so many things to do. You've got to be active in API, which is Asian American Pacific Islander. We've got to be active on the multicultural organizations, different one. And so that way, someday, just like Kamala Harris became VP, one day we can say our Nepali children also will become VP or president, whatever it is, they will start doing that one. We've got to show them that dream. And for showing that dream, we've got to start somewhere. And I told Prabha, you did a wonderful job of mobilizing one. She had the talent. So use it for that purpose. And have offered her to introduce her to the chair of the API and Virginia Democratic Party. I'm a Democrat. So lead that one, and someday if you, just like, I campaigned for SB Pandari in Maryland, and I campaigned for a lot of other people from the country. If you contest election, I'll come and campaign for you. The reason for that one is, not only that is for Prabha, that is we Nepali American community. That's the pride of Nepali community. Any Nepali community American stand for election, I have made my promise saying I'll go on my own expense and campaign. And I did that one in 5 places last time. The reason is, that is something to be proud of. So we need to do that one. So with this one, I offered, just like last time, I offered a challenge for us before. I'm offering this challenge, and I'm sure I won't be disappointed because I have trust and I have faith in you, and I'm sure that you'll overexceed. And we are really not very fortunate to have someone like her, Prabha. We are very proud of you. For people to know how to conduct a meeting. Because in Nepali, once they start speaking, they speak for many hours. Sometimes they say, I have a question. It's not a question. They want to make a speech. So from that perspective, I told her that every time I go to buy a gavel, so that if the new president has a gavel so that he can knock it saying your time is up, no one speak. And the book also, Robert's rules, so everybody knows how to conduct a meeting and what are the rules of the organization, so give it to them. So that one they have been nice to give it to me, and I'm very happy to offer it to the new incoming president, Sujit. And I hope that you will leave by.
Sure, thank you. Thank you.